Hello and God bless y'all. I want to share something that happened to me last night. I came back across the area where there was no guardrails, the picture I took where it says Jesus is life. Well, after I passed through there, I went past it twice. So when I came back across it, it was getting late. So night had already fell and it was still a little day, but it was getting darker. So as I was going around the curves, the speed limit is supposed to be about 45 miles per hour because of nature. Never know what you may see. And I was going about 45, even close to 50. And then I heard, beware of the deer. Not too long after that, I was going around the curve about 35 miles, 40 miles per hour because I thought, yes, I gotta be aware. Animals can run out. I saw antlers coming out, and then I saw a one deer and then another deer behind it. You know that saying, deer get caught in the headlights. Honey, these deers didn't even look at my car. They walked as if they was like, you in my territory. You supposed to stop. I don't even have to look at you attitude. They came out from the left side and went over into the right side of the woods. And I was trying to take a picture, but it was dark and I had to get off the map part to get on the camera part. And I'm holding the camera just saying, oh, just peek out, let me see. But of course they were standing off in the woods looking at me, laughing. So after a minute or two, I pulled over. No car was behind me, thank goodness. Because the people on that road, they drive fast, 50, 60 miles per hour. I mean, it's just natural to them. And so I'm steady thinking, but then I drove off and I began to think, the Lord warned me, beware of the deer. But it was deeper than that. That was an accident waiting to happen because I would have been driving and saw that drop and couldn't stop. I'd have swerved. Now, behind those woods is water on each side, deep water, the lake, the huge Murray Lake. I don't know how far in the woods do you hit that water, but the woods is there. And I thought about it because the devil wants to take me out anyway because he don't like me for exposing his behind. But who cares, right? So I thought about it. If I would have ignored that or not knew his voice, that could have been a tragic thing for not just the deer, but for me too. Because I know I would have sworn. So I wanted to share that with you. When I told you God spoke to Charlie that day, God speaks, God warns. God could have said, don't go. Okay. Do y'all remember 9/11 testimonies where people said they called in sick that day? They had something to do. They made a stop before something told them to take another detour. Do y'all remember those testimonies? That was God warning people. Okay. He screamed out that day. He screamed out to people that day that were there in Utah. Don't go. I told y'all I was going to Kmart in 2000. I had just got saved months prior to that. And I was going to a Kmart in where 2000, 2001, I can't remember. And some 7 convicts had escaped. And they killed an officer over in the Kmart shopping center, that one I was going to. And I got to the light and I heard, go to Target. Well, I didn't want to go to Target. I wanted to go to Kmart. But I listened to that voice. Didn't really understand. But I turned to the right and went to the Target up the street. Come back, helicopters all over the place. I looked, it's all on the news. An officer was killed by those 7 convicts. They got them. I think some of them are deceased now. They was put to death. But an officer younger than my kids are now. At that age, at that time, his life was taken. And I would have been there during that time. God is always warning, God is always speaking. The problem is, many don't know Him and many don't know His voice. When you know His voice, even as an unbeliever, He is warning you. You may just feel not to go do something that you were planning to go do. I told y'all I have that when I be coming up here to the lake. I told y'all just not too long ago. I was on my way to the lake and I heard, don't go. I turned my car back around and went home. I did not go. Of course, I went the next day, but I did not go. And then I was going to go to Eisenhower. And then I heard, no, don't go to Eisenhower. And then I looked online and ended up going to the one close to Terrell. And there on my way back, I stopped at a Dairy Queen to get my babies really some pup cups. And there was a girl there that I ministered to. He's always speaking. So when tragic happened, don't blame God because he was speaking. He was speaking. He speaks, honey. I'd be dead if I didn't know his voice or he hadn't spoke, or it's in my ignorance, in my drunken slumber back in the day. He was protecting. I didn't know that then. But how can I? When I know things that were happening should have killed me, I said within myself, that was God. Especially when I went around Dead Man's Curve. It's in the country. I was drinking and driving, coming from the club, and fell asleep at the wheel, and had went around Dead Man Curve and woke up, and my car had went around Dead Man Curve. I fell asleep at the wheel. And I woke up and my car was driving straight. And it scared me. And I said, that had to be God. God bless you.